this video, you will see and understand what is the meaning of Erikson stages of development. O nga pala, bago nga pala lahat, isang lumalagablog na afternoon sa inyo, 1 p.m. College of Commerce and Business Administration. Kaya, maraming mga katanungan na hindi pa natin nasasagot. Who is Erikson? What is his stages? Ano nga ba ang kanyang purpose kung bakit nga ba niya pinag-aaralan ang mga stages of development? Who is he and what is difference? Let's find out in this video as we document together with my group mates ito ang Erikson stages of development.
Before we begin with Erikson's stages of development, let us first figure out why did he conduct this study. Erikson is a German psychoanalyst who was influenced by Sigmund Freud. His study considered as the impact of external factors, parents, and society on personality development from childhood to adulthood. According to him, each person must go through these 8 stages of their own life cycle. And now, let us discuss the stages one by one with their psychosocial criteria.
The first stage of Erikson's theory of psychosocial occurs between birth and 1 year of age and is the most fundamental stage in life. During the first or second year of life, the major emphasis is on the mother and father's nurturing ability and care for a child.
Trust versus mistrust. If a child successfully develops trust, he or she will feel safe and secure in the world. Failure to develop trust will result in fear.
Toddler or early childhood years, 18 months to 3 years old. Autonomy versus shame. This is where a child has opportunity to build self-esteem and honor. This is where a child develops a greater sense of personal control.
Autonomy versus shame or doubt. Children will successfully complete this stage, will feel secure and confident, while those who do not complete this stage left with a sense of doubt.
The third stage of Erikson's stages of development is preschooler. In this stage, initiative versus guilt is developed. During this period, we experience a desire to copy adults around us and take initiative in creating play situations. Playing out roles in a trial universe, experimenting with the blueprints for what we believe it means to be an adult.
Initiative versus guilt. Children who feel successful at this stage are capable and able to lead others, while those who fail to acquire these skills are left with self-doubt and lack of initiative.
School-age child, which happens between 6 years to 12 years old. This is where industry versus inferiority develops. During this stage, we are capable of learning, creating, and accomplishing new skills and knowledge. A child develops a sense of pride in their accomplishments and abilities.
Industry versus inferiority. Children who are encouraged and commended by parents and teachers develop a feeling of competence and belief in their skills.
The fifth stage of Erikson's psychosocial development is adolescence. This is from 12 to 18 years old. In this stage,
identity and role confusion develop. Up until this fifth stage, development depends on what is done by a person. An adolescent must struggle to discover and find his or her own identity while negotiating and struggling with social interaction and fitting in. But those unsuccessful with this stage tend to experience role confusion and upheaval. Let's find out more in this video.
Identity versus confusion. Those who receive proper encouragement through personal exploration will have a strong sense of self and feeling of independence and control. Those who are unsure of their beliefs and desires will have confusion about themselves.
The sixth stage of Erikson's stages of development is young adult. It is where people seek companionship and build satisfying close relationships like friendship and romance. A strong sense of personal identity is important to this stage.
Intimacy versus isolation. Having a strong sense of personal identity is important in developing intimate relationships.
Mga friends, say hello. Video to, video.
While those who have poor sense of self are more likely to suffer emotional isolation, loneliness, and depression.
The seventh stage of Erikson's stage of development is middle-aged adult. It is from age 35 to 55 years old, where there is generativity versus self-absorption occurs. It is where adults try to reproduce something to make a difference from the society.
Generativity versus stagnation. Those who are successful will feel that they are contributing to the world, but those who fail to attain these skills will feel unproductive and uninvolved in the world.
The last stage of Erikson's stage of development is integrity versus despair. This phase occurs during old age and is focused on reflecting back in life. Those who are unsuccessful during this phase will feel their life has been wasted and will experience many regrets. The individual will be left with feelings of bitterness and despair.
Integrity versus despair. Those who feel proud of their accomplishment will feel a sense of integrity, but those who are unsuccessful will feel that their life has been wasted and will experience many regrets.
Morning with my pockets on E. Fuck being broke, man, that shit ain't for me. I'm looking for a lick, little boy sitting on them bricks, making it rain in the club. Catch him outside, jack boy shit, make him strip, kicking the dough. Talk that shit,